Namaskar. I'm doing this video because this is again addressed to the World Peace Mahayana and all Mahayanas, and to the Guru's circle of India. The music is Heal the World by Michael Jackson. This is an appeal. Peacemakers are peace workers, and the work of peace begins at home. Circles of peace we have to manifest peace through realization in our own heart. And then we have to generate that peace in our ashrams, in our homes, in our communities, in our nations. Because until we do those things, we cannot really speak to world peace. So, and this is an appeal. Peacemakers are peace workers. The work of peace begins at home. All of the things that I speak about in this, it are things that I have thoroughly researched and have been reported on in the international news and have been scientifically verified, very sadly. Now, this situation that I'm talking about is just one instance that needs to be addressed. It's not the whole problem. It's a part of the problem, but it's a place where peacemakers can begin to resolve the communal hatred that is festering in India. The poor population of the Okhla Barrage in New Delhi, India, have water from the toxic Yamuna River with only cursory treatment pumped into the taps of their homes. The poor on the streets have no access to potable drinking water. Scientists have reported that this river, the Yamuna River, is an open sewer that is very close to dying. It has both disease-ridden human waste, raw sewage, and industrial farming heavy metal pollution. One of the worst problems is the heavy metal contamination. The water treatment plants of India at this point have little capacity at present to remove these elements from the water, and it is very damaging to the health of any life forms that drink it. It's especially damaging to young children and heavy metal contamination, any contamination, the contamination from the air as well as the contamination from the water goes directly to the milk of lactating mammals, including human mothers. People are dying at very young ages of kidney and liver failure. At the least, if we are serious about peace, let us not only pray, but stand and ask that tankers of fresh, potable drink, stand and ask that tankers, which is what is done, tankers of fresh, potable water are sent to the Hindu temple in Okhla. But none of the rest of the population is treated to this luxury. People are dying at very young ages of kidney and liver failure. At the least, if we are serious about peace, let us not only pray, but stand and ask that tankers of fresh, potable drinking water be sent to this population on a regular basis. Let this be a bridge of peace between us. Let us walk upon that bridge often to heal the ancient communal and spiritual rift that has been allowed to fester for centuries, leading to murder, mayhem, and destruction on both sides. The reality is that the majority of the poor population in the Okhla Barrage are Muslim. And the reality is that at the current time, there has been a real rise in persecution of all minority religions in India. And the fact that this population is not giving potable water when other populations are indicates a serious human rights problem that needs to be resolved if there's going to be peace. If we are serious about peace, we must also insist that the sacred rivers and the sacred air is clean and safe for all, not just those that can afford expensive air and water filtration systems. India did all it could, the government, to thwart the work of the World Climate Accord. Amnesty International has left India because of the extreme nature of human rights abuses occurring in that country. Religious discrimination is on the rise, and that is flowing not only to, it's not only discrimination of the Muslim population, but also discrimination of the Christian population. Religious discrimination is on the rise, with violence against religious minorities tacitly sanctioned by the government and openly encouraged by some fanatical Hindu fundamentalists. People are being lynched while the lynch mob is crying Jai Ram Das, to the glory of God. Murder and mayhem never is for the glory of God, no matter how humanity wants to delude itself. The reality is, time is running out for the planet's ability to sustain life as we know it. And ritual prayers are not going to change what we desperately need to fix through work and real action. The first role of spiritual life is to love those who we consider to be our enemy. The realized soul extends compassion and tolerance until there are no enemies. The misery and destruction that we witness is not just the bad karma of those who suffer. It is the negative karma that all souls generate through inaction, callous disregard, and far too often direct violence against those who are perceived to be different. Violence is a cycle, and no side is right on the killing fields of war. The common purpose of love's way is to heal all wounds in the human soul, to bring all to peace on earth as well as in the cosmos. This is the truth and the purpose of prayer. Prayer flows to action. Action is born of prayer. Prayer without practice, action. Practice in action. Prayer without practice in action is like dust in the wind. Prayer without practice in action is like dust in the wind. It is suggested that these regular water deliveries be coordinated with the imams of the Okhla mosques, especially the ones serving the poorest areas. Make it a peace gesture of goodwill. Promote healing of ancient hatreds through direct, peaceful action. This is just one situation that needs to be addressed by peace workers in India. This is an offering of peace that, with proper care, should grow and through mutual cooperation become the standard for the union of all hearts in the one great heart, in Mother India. Be the light of Bodhisattva mercy and show the way of peace to the world to the nobility of pure divine love in action. The essence of love, the essence of life, is divine love. The law of the creative being is divine love. Hatred will never generate love, and one cannot be truly enlightened if the ego attaches to the emotional darkness of hatred. Aum Tat Sat. Hari Hari. May we all move forward to doing the real work of peace in the world. Amen. Namaskar.